Hello, Comet sports fans, and welcome to Lakota West High School for a big GMC matchup between the Mason Comets and the Lakota West Firebirds. We are about ready to get underway here, and we have kicked off. Nolan Parker boots it away for Lakota West, received by Brandon Dunn. Has it past the 30-yard line, up to the 35. I think they're officially going to mark him down at the 34, so a nice return for the Comets to start things off. My name is Adam Little, joined alongside my partner for this broadcast, Andrew Little. And we've got a third announcer tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Feinblatt, making her football debut. We're excited for that later on. And Andrew, what are some keys to this game tonight?
Yeah, and the Comets coming off a tough loss against Sycamore last week. Firebirds, their offense is rolling. The Comets have to establish the tone early with their run game. Set up play action with their quarterback, Quinn Brown.
And this first one's going to be a toss to Brandon Dunn, who is wrapped up immediately in the backfield by Jacob Asbeck, the senior linebacker.
Asbeck, one of many players on the recruiting trail for Lakota West. He's been offered by Army, Navy, Butler, and Tiffin. He had a great year last year, leading the GMC in sacks.
So Comets go 5 yards the opposite direction on their first play of the game. Brown's in the shotgun now for the second. Takes a snap, hands it off to Tammy Adesanya. And he'll be stuffed immediately. No gain on the carry.
Expect to see a lot of different rushers from the Comets tonight. Adesanya being one of them. Gets stuffed right there. He's come on as of late. Has 4 touchdowns on the season, so leading the Comets backfield. Definitely a power back, but right now in a third and long situation, Comets going to have to get their passing game going.
So 10:41 on the clock. Brown has a man in motion. It is Dunn. Takes the shotgun snap, rolling to his right. Brown loves to throw on the run. And he'll connect with his target, Dunn. Stopped just short of a first down. So 4th and 3 now. So Quentin Brown serves as both the team's punter and quarterback, and it looks like the punt unit will come onto the field, Andrew.
I'm a little bit surprised to not see Kastner be more aggressive here on the opening drive, going against one of the top teams in the GMC. But, can't be too cautious in the first quarter of the game. Send out the punt unit.
And Brown boots it away. A nice kick there, fielded at the 30. And they will wrap up Brendan Remy immediately. A flag is thrown at the 32-yard line. So we will await the call. Looks like they're going to pick up the flag. So 1st and 10 now for the Firebirds. They'll take the offense for the first time. Sam Wiles in the shotgun. He'll take it. Play action pass. And a seam up the middle of Brendan Remy. And first play for the Firebirds. First touchdown.
Brendan Remy is a big play threat. The Southeast Missouri commit. It's the big touchdown there, connection with quarterback Sam Wiles. And ever since he's taken over, this offense has just been unstoppable. They've scored 30-plus points every game since week 3. Sam Wiles there gets his 11th passing touchdown, second best in the GMC.
Yeah, and not only has this Lakota West offense been putting up electric numbers in these recent games. They've been 6-0 since Wiles took over at quarterback, and there had to have been a tough decision for Coach Tom Bolden. The freshman Jackson Smith, who is going to be a star for this Lakota West team over the next few years. He's been offered by UK, but right now it's time to just let the junior Wiles shine, and he proves why right there.
Yeah, bright future for Smith, but right now the Firebirds have something special with Wiles. Last year, Remy had 2
And
touchdowns
oh my gosh,
against the Comets.
it looks like that play's going to go back, Andrew. Very late call there by the refs as they're going to take off the touchdown, and I didn't see any yellow flags on the field. Did you, Andrew?
I didn't either, Adam, and I think Lakota West was surprised at that. Everything was ready to kick the extra point, and then all of a sudden the team had to jog about 65 yards back. Ineligible man downfield, and that's a killer penalty right there, and that's one of those just mental mistakes from the Firebirds. Got to know where you are on the field at all times. Have to assume that was an offensive lineman blocking a little bit too far, and that takes away a huge momentum play on the first offensive play of the game.
The first and 15 now for the Firebirds. This one going to be a handoff up the middle to Gonzalez Jr. And the Comets front does a nice job stopping it there. Only picks up 2 on the carry.
Lakota West picks up a little bit of the yardage back with a small 2-yard gain there. John, the leading rusher for the Firebirds.
Trips to the right for West as Wiles will drop back. Chasing out of the zone, it'll be a quick dump down to Remy. Flag is thrown in the backfield, so I believe this play is going to be going backwards yet again. Remy does pick up 14, which is enough for the first down. But yeah, it's officially going to be a hold on the Firebirds here.
Yeah, that play coming back, but was a good job there from Wiles manipulating pressure. Was facing a lot of pressure from the Comets defense. Had Kai Wolfick, the linebacker, nearly in his face, but was able to force him to come all the way down and left the running back open for what was almost a first down.
Oh, actually, looks like the flag's been waved off, so some confusion,
and what is a first down, yeah.
Confusion early on from these officials. Lakota West will pick up the first down there.
Wiles looked very comfortable there.
Gonzalez Jr. will remain in the game, and he is a senior, so you expect on senior night to see him getting the majority of the carries. We have seen sophomore Braden Johnson really breaking out these past few games for the Firebirds. Last game, Lakota West had 8 different ball carriers, and Gonzalez Jr. and Braden Johnson were leading the charge there.
Yeah, and when you're beating teams as badly as Lakota West has been, you can afford to play a lot of guys. We said Lakota West scored 30-plus points in every single week since making the quarterback switch.
We're still waiting to see who took that timeout. So 9 minutes flat left in this first quarter. Pretty compressed trip set on this right hash for Lakota West. Wiles tries to catch the Comets defense off guard. They stay strong. Wilson in motion. It'll be a handoff up the middle to Gonzalez. Or read auction, excuse me. But Wiles will be blown up by the strong safety Kyle Wilson.
Comets were able to read that one. Wilson and the DBs come downhill and make the tackle. Good first down stop for the Comets.
Yeah, and that was a huge open field tackle there by Wilson, and he wasn't able to wrap up Wiles there. He could have taken that for
yeah, that's what happens.
25, 30 yards.
You're aggressive. You move the DBs and the safeties down in the box. You got to make plays like that.
Picks up 1 on the carry. 2nd and 9 now. Play action pass. Incomplete to Giovanni Wilson.
It was nearly intercepted by Stephen McCalmont. Almost got a hand on it, just didn't time the jump right. He was upset with himself there, but still in position to prevent the completion.
Yeah, and that was a read option there by Wiles, and a little surprised he didn't hand that one off. Risky pass there, and Firebirds come lucky.
Yeah, Lakota West likes those quick RPOs, and that's what led to the penalty on the first play.
3rd and 9 now. Wiles drops back, feeling some pressure from the Comets defensive line. Low to his left, throws a strike down the field, but nice coverage there by Javion Hendricks. Trying to find his man, Giovanni Wilson, the senior.
Wilson initially got separation, but Hendricks was able to stay stride for stride with him, kept his positioning, didn't get grabby, avoids the penalty, and now the Comets going to get the ball back. And after that touchdown gets called back, breath of fresh air from the Mason sideline. They're going to get to reset here on offense after a 3-and-out.
And yeah, for those of you just now joining us, first play of the game for the Firebirds. Had a 68-yard touchdown to Brendan Remy, but it was called back after an ineligible man downfield. That one booted away and will be fair caught at the Mason 13-yard line. So the Comets have 87 yards to work with here and try to get a little bit better drive started than their first, Andrew.
Yeah, Mason was able to get a nice 10-plus yard completion to Brandon Dunn on the third down play, but not enough for the first down. They got in a hole early with a big 5-yard loss on a run play on first down. So going to have to get ahead of the chains this drive. Tried to do an end around in the first play and lost some yardage, so may expect a more traditional first down call here.
Dunn in motion. It'll be a screen pass to Blevins on the left side. Tries to break free of a few Firebird defenders and he'll pick up 2 yards on the screen pass.
Chase Blevins in the backfield for the Comets. Has a lot of experience both at running back and receiver, so expect him to be utilized a lot in the receiving game. Out of the backfield, they can move him around, flex him in the slot out wide or next to Quinn Brown. It's a nice versatile weapon.
Yeah, and we've seen an increase in usage of Brandon Dunn, the junior slot receiver. Coach Castor and his offense likes putting him in motion, as they'll do it here. This one, it's going to be Brown as he takes it himself, charging forward, and he'll pick up 5 yards on the carry, making this third down a bit more manageable as we're about halfway through the first quarter.
Quinn Brown still pretty fresh off his torn labrum injury, and so might not be as aggressive running the ball as he was in the first 2 games of the year, but still he loves to run the ball up the middle and fight for extra yardage, and right there makes the tough run, creates the manageable 3rd and 4. He's a dual threat quarterback, and he likes to get his legs part of the running game.
Looks like Coach Castor's going to call his first time out of the game as play clock winds down, and smart decision there by Coach Castor. It's not going to have a lot of third manageable opportunities against a stifling Lakota West defense like this, so when you can, you got to drop the perfect play.
Definitely in these 3rd and 4, it makes Lakota West put a little bit more in the box and take some pressure off their excellent DBs. We'll hear about them a little bit more later in the game, and it makes it so difficult on those early downs for the Comets to pass the ball, but here on 3rd and 4, have a lot of options. They've been utilizing Dunn in motion a lot. Could use him here.
Gotta give a quick shout out to head of the coach's assistants for the Comets, Nate Petrie. Always does a phenomenal job on this Comets sideline, and he's one of the guys that doesn't ever get his name called, so try to shout him out whenever we can. But Nate Petrie does a great job. You saw him over there giving some water to the official. Great program guy for the Comets. Third and 4 now. Dunn in motion. Fake toss to him, and a beautiful pass be complete to the tight end. And he makes it all the way up to the 45. That'll be Vaughn Johnson. Just had a jersey number change. His Comets are going to try to play him more at tight end. He's been serving as the team's right tackle throughout the season.
Yeah, Comets made some offensive line shifts for this week. Chase Hacker kicking out to left tackle. Vaughn Johnson bumping to tight end, and he's got a lot of athleticism, and he shows it off right there.
Beautiful play there by the Comets. Picks up the first down and more. Screen pass to Dunn, incomplete. And Bukari Miles was charging forward towards Dunn. And
I mentioned a few plays earlier about those DBs and how talented they are. Bukari Miles, one of them. He's been offered by Army, Bucknell, Eastern Kentucky, and University of Pennsylvania. And he's paired up with Tabron Benny Powell at cornerback, who's a Notre Dame commit, and then Drew Minnick at safety. He's been offered by a lot of schools as well, Army, Akron, Air Force, to name a few. They've got a talented secondary.
Dunn in motion again. 2nd and 10 for the Comets at their own 44. A quick throw to Braden Greer, and he'll fight forward for a 7-yard pickup there. Nice play there by the senior.
Yeah, Greer shows some toughness fighting for the extra yards there after the catch. And huge on a 2nd down play like that to pick up a few yards.
And some of the Comets' offensive key factors headed into this game was to limit turnovers. Last game had 3 costly turnovers, 1 interception by Quinn Brown, and then a fumble by Chase Blevins was costly as well. So the Comets got to hold on to the ball here on 3rd down. Handoff up the middle to Adesanya, and it looks like he's going to be marked short by about a yard or 2, setting up 4th down inside of Lakota West territory.
Yeah, fought forward there, but wasn't able to get it. And Comets have a tough decision to make. Do you go for it here? We got to remember they're basically playing with 6 offensive linemen. Von Johnson's been the left tackle for this team all year long, and then today they put in the sophomore Joey Oscar in at right guard, or left guard.
And they're going to need the extra protection block against guys like Elijah Davis. As Lakota West, they have some dudes on this defensive line.
They are going to stay out there. It's Adesanya in the backfield.
4th and 2 officially. Brown under center. Takes the hard count, tries to draw Lakota West off sides, but they will stay strong as Mason's going to be forced to take their 2nd timeout already in this first half.
And that timeout there probably signals that the Comets are going to punt the ball. And Coach Kastner definitely frustrated that this drive's going to have to stop, but playing against a team like Lakota West with such an explosive offense can't afford to start losing the field position game right now. You punt it away. Lakota West is going to be backed up inside their own red zone, going to have 80-plus yards to travel. And, Coach Kastner trusts this defense. They have the 3rd best rushing defense in the GMC. They're allowing under 70 rushing yards a game and about 150 passing yards a game. So trust in your defense early and hope the offense can get things going later on.
Yeah, and the Comets' game plan is just going to be control time of possession. The more they can keep this explosive Lakota West offense off the field, the better. Like you mentioned earlier, Lakota West scored 30 points in the last 5 games. 30-plus points in the last 5 games.
And Lakota West's defense is staying out on the field, so Comets going for it. Interesting to see Kastner use the timeout there.
4th and 2. Brown in the shotgun. He's going to take it himself, charging forward, and we'll see where they mark him. It is very close. And off the spot from one official, it looks like he has it. But I think we're going to have a measure.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, this is right on the line. My goodness. A 1st down. The nose of the football would have to pass the Lakota West 46 as the 1st down marker is just inside of it. It looks like this ball is marked just inside of it as well.
They're going to come out and measure the chains. And I tell you what, I liked the play call there. Quinn Brown faking the toss to Adesanya and pulling to the left by himself, but he got tripped up and stopped right away. Lakota West's defense did a great job not giving up any extra yardage.
And this is going to be a very, very close spot.
Oh, man.
And Lakota West is signaling that they are marked short.
But referees
saying no.
Lakota West, trying to get their fans hyped up, but they saw the line. They saw the marker. Very close from the press box. Looked like a matter of inches.
I was going to say, yeah, that's about as close as it gets in high school football. So huge 1st down conversion there, and I like giving the ball into the hands of Quinn Brown there on that crucial 4th down. So this one going to be a quick toss to Adesanya, charging forward. Pick up 4 yards on the carry there. Comets offense, if they can take as much time off the clock as possible, they're going to view this as a successful drive. even try to wind this down to the end of the first quarter. A little over 3.5 minutes left.
The offense, they haven't had the big play yet, but keeping Lakota West off the field and most importantly off the scoreboard is a huge win in this first quarter.
And we know that Lakota West is able to make those big plays as we saw on their first offensive play. 2nd and 7 now. Dunn in motion. Be a pull from Quinn Brown, charging outside, and he'll fall out of bounds. Finn Mason was the defensive back to force him to the sideline there. Sets up a 3rd and 4.
I know every time that Brown makes a play like that, pulls it on his own, the Comets sidelines holding their breath, just 2 weeks off his injury, but right there, he's confident in his rushing ability. Picks up 3-4 yards. Now 3rd and short, and you're in 4-down territory. Now at the Lakota West 40-yard line.
3rd down and 4.
Brown under center. We don't see him there a lot. Chase Blevins is the backer. It'll be a toss. Blevins chugging forward, picks up the 1st down. Picks up about 10 yards on the carry there and has some nice ballerina footwork there on the edge of the sideline to stay in bounds.
And a lot of credit there to the tight ends, Vaughn Johnson and Liam McMains. And both of those guys started the year assuming they weren't going to be playing any tight end. Vaughn Johnson, the left tackle, McMains primarily defensive end. But the Comets, they need their 11 best players on the field on offense. Both those players have been very selfless in accepting their roles. And right there, they pick up some big lead blocks for Blevins. Get the 1st down.
1st and 10. This one, a handoff to Blevins. And he'll pick up 2 yards on the carry.
Lakota West stacked box on that 1st down play, able to stop Blevins after a couple yards. But again, I'm going to have to credit Johnson. He picked up a block from an incoming blitzer. That would have been a loss of 2 or 3 if Johnson wasn't there. And that's just something the Comets have been missing the past few weeks, is that additional protection, especially on these early downs. Time coming out very quickly now, down to 1 minute and 45 seconds in the first quarter.
And that play blown up in the backfield. Davion McCoy is the first one there. So drop Chase Blevins for a 4-yard loss, making it 3rd and long.
Blevins out in the open field, swarmed by some Lakota West defenders, and takes up the small gains they made on 2nd down. You're still outside of field goal range, so expect the Comets to aim a little bit short of the sticks here, maybe try to get 6 to 10 yards and get the rest after the catch.
Brown in the shotgun, Dunn in motion. And he'll get to Greer. He's trying to fight forward. And I don't believe it'll be enough for the 1st down, but it'll be very close. And this is going to make Coach Castor's decision more interesting. I think he's going to bring in the beef. Yes, he is. Kai Wufolk, Vaughn Johnson, and Tammy Adesanya coming in. And I'm just liking a QB sneak here, Andrew.
Yeah, I think QB sneak's the way to go here, although you do have your power back, Tammy Adesanya, in. And you can go with the traditional QB sneak here because it's only a 4th and 1, a late push from Greer with a little bit of help from his offensive lineman, Liam Davidson, moving down the field. Made it 4th and short.
Yeah, and a nice last-second effort there by Greer. And it will be a QB sneak for Brown. We'll see where he's marked short. And I'm thinking Lakota West Firebird stopped him there, Andrew.
Yep. Referees will come out and measure, but both teams, based on their body language, seem to think that Quinn Brown came up short.
And he is short, so a huge stop by that Lakota West defense, leading the charge defensive tackle Elijah Davis. He is a force to be reckoned with on that interior.
Yeah, the Akron commit has been a game record for the past 3 years for this Lakota West team. Makes a big play there.
And you
has
know,
12 tackles for loss already in the season.
Yeah, and even though they weren't able to pick up the 1st down there, I like the decision by the Comets. Would have been a long field goal for Gogol. This one going to be a handoff up the middle. Picks up 5 yards on the carry. That time, Giovanni Wilson, saw him playing receiver earlier. The clock winding down. We'll see if Lakota West tries to call one more play here before the time runs down, and they will not do so. So the end of the first quarter here at Lakota West High School. We're scoreless, 0-0. And Andrew, I think Comets are going to be happy with this. They've been keeping Lakota West's explosive offense off the field. Big second quarter incoming. We'll be back with you for the rest of the action here on Mason Sports Radio.
Let's get this.
Welcome back to Lakota West High School. Second quarter action here on Mason Sports Radio. The Mason Comets and Lakota West Firebirds remain scoreless, and Alyssa Feinbach's taking the mic for this second quarter action. Alyssa, how's it going?
It's great. This game has been crazy so far. Almost had a Lakota West touchdown on the first drive, so it's off to a crazy start for both teams.
Yeah, this first play going to be a handoff up the middle to Wilson again. He charges forward for the first down.
Tackled by number 17, Ryan Davis, and number 5, Kyle Wilson.
Kyle Wilson has been a very influential part of this Mason Comets team. Many interceptions, many blocks, everything. He is a very key player.
Yeah, he's been a breakout star for this Comets defense. 1st and 10 now for the Firebirds. As Wiles takes the snap up the middle to Gonzalez Jr. Breaks free of a few Comet defenders and turns about a 5-yard gain into an 8-yard gain. And Coach Castor's fired up about something. I think he wanted a hold there.
He was tackled by number 8, Liam McManus.
And you know, Alyssa, going back to that first possession for the Firebirds. First play, ran an RPO and hooked up with Brendan Remy for a 68-yard touchdown, but it was called back for an ineligible man downfield, and that was a killer for this Firebird offense.
Yes, it was, for sure.
2nd and 2 now. Ball at their own 45. Fumbled snap there, but able to be recovered. But Braden Johnson showing off his explosive speed there. The sophomore takes it for 15 into Mason territory.
He was tackled by number 9, Preston Estresta. And number 6, Charlie Wiggins, First down, Dakota West.
Yeah, we have for Braden Remy here. He's 5th in offensive receiving yards. He is also an integral part of this Lakota West team.
They'll throw a quick screen pass to him. Alyssa, you predicted the future. Shoestring tackle there by Kyle Wilson. Finally wrapped up at the 40 by Preston Estoesta. And a successful 5-yard screen pass there by Brendan Remy.
Yeah, you know, I always think that screen passes can be a little interesting sometimes. They don't always work, but it turned out to be a very good play for this Lakota West offense.
Yeah, and like Andrew mentioned in the first quarter, we're going to be seeing a lot of these quick RPOs by the Firebird offense all game long. Hard count there by Wiles, dropping back, looking to find number 14, Barnett, and that ball just a little bit overthrown Looked like he had Charlie Raymond beat there, but unable to pull it in. And a plethora of just dominant receivers on this Lakota West offense. We talked about Brendan Remy. We also can't forget about Grant Bierman, the junior. He's been offered by UC, Duke, Purdue, Pittsburgh, and Marshall.
Yeah, and Brendan Ramy has he's committed to Southeast Missouri State as well.
Empty backfield for Wiles. So he'll take it up the middle himself, and a big hit from behind by the senior Malachi Reed.
Malachi Reed's been on fire this season. Very, very strong player.
Yeah, and plays on that, and that's going to be a huge third down stop there for the Comets as the Lakota West punt unit will trot onto the field. It'll be Joe Marquardt to boot it away for the Firebirds. They're inside of Comet territory here, but they're going to try to pin the Comets offense back. And that one going to be a touchback. Two Firebirds were racing to try to touch that one down, but Comets will start off with the ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, let's see what this Comets offense can pull off here. They had a pretty good start in the first quarter, so let's hope that they can do the same, if not better, here in the second.
Yeah, we saw a few nice catches from Braden Greer. Was fighting for extra yards. Coach Castor's loving seeing that from his senior receivers, but Comets just got to continue to dominate time of possession here. The longer they can keep Lakota West off the field, the better.
Yes, for sure.
So 1st and 10 now. Quinn Brown alone in the backfield. Quarterback draw up the middle, and he takes a big hit, but able to shake free from number 3, Tabron Benny. And Brown will pick up 3 yards on the carry. So takes a beating there for only a 3-yard pickup.
Yes. Benny is actually second in defensive interceptions with 3. He's tied with Kyle Wilson as well.
Benny committed to Notre Dame, the 3-star recruit for the Firebirds. 2nd and 7 now. Dunn in motion. Be a handoff to Blevins. Picks up an additional 2 yards on the carry there. So 3rd and 4 for this Comet offense. Still pretty far into their own territory.
Yeah, we need to get a little bit of a stronger rushing offense going here. We're 8th in the conference, so we need to pick it up, just a little bit. But we definitely have a lot of strong players that can make that happen.
Yeah, the Comets definitely missing senior running back Sky Talley, who, due to transfer rules, was only eligible to play in the first 5 weeks. Bill Horn in motion now. Handoff up the middle to Blevins, and wrapped up immediately. Able to shake free of some Firebirds. But they're still swarming in the backfield. It'll end up being a 7-yard loss. But good last-second effort there, trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, this Lakota West defense is absolutely unstoppable. 1st in the conference. They're inevitable.
Yeah, they've only allowed 31 points all season long. Just in comparison, the Comets gave up 21 points to Sycamore just last week. As Brown will boot it away. Remy lets it drop, and a beautiful Comets bounce as Esto trying to chase him down. He makes him miss. Going towards the sideline, it'll be forced out of bounds eventually by Ryan Davis. It's still a pretty nice net punt there by Quinn Brown.
Oh, yeah. They have, a really good field position here to start their drive. I think they can make some really good plays out of this.
Nearing the halfway mark here in the second quarter. Ball game still tied at 0-0, and Alyssa, I think when people are going to be checking Twitter from from all around Cincinnati seeing the score 0-0. They're going to be a little bit surprised here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both teams are very strong. I know some people were expecting certain scores, but yeah.
As Wiles wrapped up in the backfield by Kai Woolfolk.
Yeah, I mean, this game, two really good teams, very similar in certain respects.
Two very strong defenses. Nice play there by the senior linebacker. As he wraps up Wiles. We mentioned earlier, Wiles was not the team starter headed into week 1. It was the freshman, Jackson Smith, 6'3", 170, and he's got all the physicals, but they really just need to rely on the leadership of Wiles, and that's why they've been 6-0 since.
Yeah.
He drops back. He's going to take it himself after feeling some pressure from the Comets and turns that into a nice 8-yard gain there.
Yeah, this offense can definitely get it done. Very, very good in the GMC, as said.
Yeah, and last year when these two teams faced, Mitch Bolden, team's previous quarterback, threw for over 340 yards. They really rely on that pass game. Tonight we've seen a lot more of this run game. But 3rd and 6 now for Sam Wiles and his offense. 2 receivers on each side as he'll drop back. Looking towards the left side of the field and out of the hands of Giovanni Wilson. He's frustrated there.
Yeah, I'd say, running the ball is definitely one of the strengths for this Lakota West offense. So I think that, is why they are trying to stick with those play options. But I think having a little bit of diversity wouldn't be such a bad thing.
Firebirds punted away yet again. Low snap. Nice recovery by the punter as he boots that one up. Has a lot of air and takes a friendly Comets bounce. Some backspin on that football as Comets are going to start with pretty decent field position here. Past their own 30. And Alyssa, last year when these two teams faced, Comets threw for a total of 8 yards and had less than 100 yards of total offense. And I mean, and they had Ohio State safety Malik Hartford had a pick six. He's gonna be a big factor, not only as he was for this Lakota West offense or defense in high school, but even for the Buckeyes in college.
Yeah, for sure. The Buckeyes definitely very, very, very strong team. Big Ten.
And a quick dump off to Vaughn Johnson. He had some room, but just dropped it. It would have been a probably 5 or 6 yard pickup. Johnson was frustrated with himself there, but can't blame him too much. He hasn't been taking any receiver drills or tight end drills recently. As he's just this week they moved him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Clock will stop at 5:18. 2nd and 10. This one will be with Blevins, and he'll be wrapped up in the backfield. And the thing I've been most impressed with this Lakota West secondary is they just swarm to the football, just shooting out of a cannon on the perimeter.
Yeah, they're very good at reading the Comets offense, and just kind of predicting where they're going to go.
Yeah, Chase Blevins trying to break outside for a few plays here early on, and we talked about when you have a Notre Dame commit on that outside, he's hard to get by. 3rd and 12 for Mason. At their own 32, Brown will drop back, feeling some pressure from Davis. A screen pass to Blevins, and wrapped up immediately, picks up about a yard. And that'll bring the punt unit on yet again.
Yeah, as we said earlier, I think a lot of people were expecting more of a certain turnout, but as this game keeps progressing, I'm not surprised that we keep punting the ball away, and so does Lakota West. Again, both very strong teams, and I think both are playing very well.
Brendan Remy back to receive, lined up at his own 35. He'll fair catch it just inside of that. at the 34-yard line. So Lakota West offense trot back onto the field yet again. So 3:50 left in the half. And it looks like we have a drone flying over the field. That's Lakota
earlier.
West's their end zone copy for film. It's a pretty cool angle. Having a dad as a football coach, I was able to see some of it. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think that's
Nice
a
view.
really creative idea that they got a drone going. Able to move with everybody.
1st and 10, a quick handoff to Brandon Johnson. And Johnson falls forward for a 3-yard pickup. And a late flag thrown. And I'm thinking this is going to be on the Comets as one of the Firebirds comes out of the pile with its helmet off. There's an injured Firebird on the play.
Official timeout on the field.
Juan Bates checks out of the game. It's going to be one of their offensive linemen. Number 77, Christian O'Neill, the junior, 6'3", 265.
Yeah, prayers to him, make sure he's okay.
Yeah, and I believe this is going to be a penalty on the Comets. A personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on Juan Bates. And that flips field position inside of Lakota West territory. Excuse me, John Hendricks, the penalty there. And O'Neill's able to walk off on his own power. Still has a little bit of a limp, though. Hopefully he's okay. 3:40 left in the first half. Lakota West inside of Comet territory after the personal foul there from the Comets. Watch Remy on the left side of your screen. Fake screen pass and a handoff up the middle to Johnson. There was a read option there. Tyler Dalton was flying off the corner and drilled the quarterback Wiles, but he'd already handed it off by then.
Yeah, Tyler Dalton, he's a great player as well. I feel like you should see him a little bit more, throughout the season.
And Coach Bolden's going to bring Giovanni Wilson onto the field. We've seen 3 different running backs so far from the Firebirds in Wilson, Gonzalez, and Johnson. Actually, Gonzalez is going to be out there as well. They're going to move Wilson out to the slot. Play action pass. Wiles. There's a strike towards the middle of the field. Connects with Brendan Remy for the first down and more. 17 yards on the pickup for Lakota West. First down.
Yeah, once again with Remy, what can you say? He's a great player. 5th in offensive receiving yards.
Yeah, and Remy lit up the Comets defense last year. This one taken on the outside from Wilson. Quick screen pass picks up 4 yards. Like I was saying earlier, Brennan Remy lit up the Comets last year in that 37-7 victory. Him and Mitch Bolden had a nice connection. As Lakota West charging down Mason's side of the field. Ball out near the red zone now at the 23. 2nd and 5. Under 2 minutes left in the half. Gilbert in motion. And Coach Tom Bolden's going to call his first timeout of the game. So I was talking about Luca Gilbert was in motion. Alyssa, you want to talk a little bit about him and some of these big college offers that he has?
Yeah, he's got plenty, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, crazy.
Yeah, Ohio State and Michigan, just to name a few. Also,
Boston, UK, Miami.
Yeah.
Miami is having a heck of a season.
So yeah, the Redhawks having a nice year. It's also been offered by Miami, Florida Hurricanes, and haven't had as successful of a season under Mario Cristobal
That's true.
as they should have. But the Redhawks had a nice win over UC Bearcats the other few weeks ago.
Second down and 5.
Second and 5 now for the Firebirds. A little over a minute and a half left. High snap. And Wiles rolling towards his right. Takes a shot to the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to find Trey Barnett.
Number 14, Trey Barnett. He's incomplete.
Lucky break there by Comet secondary again. Is that ball just a little bit overthrown? So big third down here for Lakota West. Javion Hendricks checking into the game for Tyler Dalton.
Third down and 5.
Third and 5. Wilson is the back. Wiles with the pitch option. He fumbles it. And he'll just run out of bounds. He's able to scoop it up. And that was huge for the Firebirds to lose a few yards there for the Comets. And I think we're going to see the West field goal unit trot onto the field now. If they were able to pick up 2 or 3 yards, they probably could have gone for it on fourth down, as it would have been fourth and short. But a big stop there, and this will be a long field goal. 42 yards.
Yeah, that's definitely long for a
High school kicker.
High school, yeah.
And a new kicker for the Firebirds this year, it's Braden Beener. And that one wide right and a little bit short. So Firebirds remain scoreless here in the second quarter. A little bit of a surprise. Comets defense
I know.
staying strong.
Yeah, we're definitely, keeping it together here. A lot of effort put in by this Mason defense to keep the Firebirds contained here.
Yeah, and Comets coming off a heartbreaking loss last week against their rivals Sycamore in the Battle of the Skies. That was the first time
we lost in 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. So Comets hungry after that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then Lakota West, their last game, they won 34-0 against their rival Lakota East.
Yeah, and the Comets, they're facing off against Lakota East next week. Empty backfield for Quinn Brown. 1:23 left on the clock. Comets only have one timeout. Quarterback draw up the middle. Stopped quickly after the 2-yard gain. This Comets going to try to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. Actually give him 3 yards on the pickup. 1:07 on the clock.
3-yard gain on the carry. Second down and 7.
Comets actually going to take their time here. See if they can pick up a first down here. Otherwise, I think we're just going to see him milk the clock. Toss to Blevins. Blevins wrapped up by Jacob Asbeck. We've seen the senior linebacker make some nice plays here in this first half.
Yeah, with 45 seconds to go here, it's plenty of time to get things going, Could possibly score here.
Yeah, and Lakota West is going to call a timeout. They only have one left. Try to stop the clock. Try to make a big stop here on third down. The Comets are, at minimum, going to try to keep the clock running, so Lakota West is forced to use their last timeout. Maybe a screen pass or a toss to one of their speed guys. Blevins are done.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be a good play option.
45 seconds left in the first half. Comets and Firebirds remain scoreless. Adesanya, the back, done in motion. And Brown feeling some heat on the outside. And he just chucks it out of bounds over the head of Brandon Dunn. We'll burn 8 seconds off the clock there, but punt unit going to trot onto the field with 37 seconds left in the half. So now it's going to be up to the Comets defense to keep it up, keep the way they've been playing, and keep it to a 0-point game here in this first half.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's see what this Lakota West offense can do here in 37 seconds. I mean, I feel like we'll see a lot of rushing.
And that one almost blocked. Tabron Benny. That punt from Quinn Brown takes another Comet-friendly roll all the way up to the 30-yard line. And that burned some nice clock off, too. So 22 seconds left in the half. Dakota West are going to have a few plays to try to march down the field, try to get at least 3 here. But, whew, sigh of relief there for the Comets. The Notre Dame commit, Tabron Benny, almost got a finger on the punt.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 3-star, so 3-star defensive back. So you never know what you can get from him. Very, very strong player to be rated a 3-star.
Yeah, top 25 player in Ohio. Wiles dropping back, throws a strike down the middle of the field to Brendan Remy, and that looked a lot like the first play of the game for the Firebirds.
It did for sure.
So that ball overthrown, lucky for the Comets, and I think Remy could have taken that one for 6.
Yeah.
Loving that nice quick seam route up the middle for Remy, as these safeties are kind of bouncing towards the outside.
Second down.
17 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 10. Or as Wiles throws it outside to Remy, but they're going to say he was out of bounds. 12 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, well, I mean, now you got 1, maybe 2 chances here to try to score before half. Trying to, see if they can cook something up here.
If they're able to convert, have time for maybe an additional 1 to 2 plays. Key factor here is going to be trying to get 10 more yards. Wiles take the quarterback draw up the middle, finding some open space. It'll be Hendricks that wraps him up in the secondary. Bolden will call his final timeout with 5 seconds left in the half. Ball placed at their own 45, so just a Hail Mary here as they're going to try to get into the end zone. Don't have much time for anything else.
Right, yeah, 5 seconds on the clock. Throw a Hail Mary. Hope that it goes, their way. But that was like one of the best case scenarios that could come out for this offense right before half.
Yeah, and Coach Bolden could try to drop a quick, 15, 20-yard out route and then just hope his receiver can get out of bounds with enough time. But a lot of things have to go right for that to happen.
Yeah.
And then try to be in field goal range. It'll be trips on that left side as Comets bringing all their secondary members out. A few young bucks in the game. Alex Brown, just to name one. And Wiles drops back. And he finds Wilson. Will not be enough for the first down. And the clock will wind down to 0. So how about this, Alyssa? Scoreless game here at Lakota West High School. Both defenses staying strong.
Yeah, very much so. Very, very strong first half for both teams. And I'm excited to see what they come out with in the second half.
Yeah, Lakota West will receive the ball on the second half kickoff, but a scoreless game here in the first half from Lakota West High School. Make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the action here on Mason Sports Radio.
Welcome back to the second half on Mason Sports Radio. The Mason Comets taking on the Lakota West Firebirds. And there's been a lot of good things for both teams and things that both teams need to improve upon. For this Mason Comets team, amazing defense this first half. Lots of blocks, amazing, trying to keep the scores contained here. I mean, they kept it to 0-0. Something that the Mason could improve upon a little bit is being a little bit more physical. I would say that Lakota West has been more physical in that first half, so I think that Mason can do the same.
Yeah, most definitely. Comets offense has held West to 102 yards on offense, so pretty solid defensive showing from the Comets so far. And, you talked about some of that physicality. I'm going to have to definitely agree with that. We saw on, the Lakota West side of the field, Mason had the ball 4th and inches on the QB sneak, and the Lakota West defensive line was able to stuff it. So Comets definitely get more physical, and they've got a tough job ahead of them. Guys like Elijah Davis. Great first half analysis, Alyssa. Lakota West will receive the second half kickoff, and Remy finding some room and open space. Gets it all the way to the 33-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Remy has some serious breakaway speed. We've seen it in that first half early on.
Yeah, he has lots of potential, and he's shown a lot of his efforts as well during this game. So I think he's definitely going to make some more really great plays this half. I also have some GMC score updates. Hamilton Sycamore. Hamilton's up 10-0. Oak Hills in Lakota East, 14-7 Oak Hills. And Princeton and Coleraine, 21-0 Princeton.
Comets will face Lakota East next week. This first play of the game, going to be a jet sweep handoff to Remy, and he'll pick up 2 yards on the carry. So the Comets' second level comes crashing down there.
Yeah, good job trying to stuff there for the Mason defense. Make sure that they don't gain that many yards on that play.
Say 2nd and 7 now. 3 receiver set for the Firebirds. It's going to be Udays Gonzalez Jr., the running back. We've seen 3 so far as Wiles drops back a quick little out route to one of his favorite targets, Trey Barnett. Comet secondary holds him to a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, another good block there for the Mason defense.
Nice little open field tackle there on the right side by Stephen McCalmont, senior corner.
3-yard gain on the pass play. 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4 for this Lakota West offense. An empty backfield. Could potentially see a quarterback sneak. Wiles has been doing some damage with his legs. Kai Woolfolk showing pressure off the outside, and they'll do just that. Quarterback draw with Wiles, but stuffed by this Comet defensive line. Tammy Adesanya was the first one there.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to see a lot more of Tammy this game. We've seen him a lot this season. He's a very strong player for Mason. He's made a lot of great plays. And that was one of them for sure.
Alex Brown, the sophomore running back, also one of the Comets that helped him there. So Lakota West, quick 3 and out. They'll have to punt away. Brandon Dunn back to return. Catches it at the 25. And he'll pick up about 8 yards on the return. They'll have to give him 10, so Comets will start at their own 35.
Yep, I mean, I'm curious to see what Coach Kastner instilled in these boys during that halftime speech. Obviously their defense got off to a great start, so let's see what this offense can do.
Quinn Brown and his offense will trot onto the field. Chase Levin's going to be the back to start off the half. 10 minutes left. Dunn on that wheel motion. It's Brown going to be wrapped up in the backfield by who other than Jacob Asbeck. Comets ran that exact same play earlier on and connected with Von Johnson for a nice 20-yard pickup. But that time, Lakota West defense stops him there and eliminates Von Johnson from the play.
Yeah, again, the Lakota West defense living up to their conference position there. You know, amazing read, able to get to the quarterback and sack him.
2nd and long now. Comets got a lot of field to work with. Blevins still the back. Billhorn in motion. Lakota West showing zone. And Brown gonna take it himself, gets leveled. Took a big hit to his shoulder there. His left shoulder there, luckily. He's dealing with that torn right labrum.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to note is we see Brown actually run the ball quite a bit himself. You know, he's obviously a multi-position player here as being the quarterback and the kicker, but I mean, I think it's good that he has that versatility and being able to run the ball himself.
Yeah, Brown loves to escape the pocket, and really what helped is he was a tight end for the Comets last year, so not afraid to lower his shoulder, get a few extra yards. Picks up 4 on that one. 3rd and 15, Dunn in motion. Brown dropping back, feeling some pressure. He'll take it himself. And picks up 6, or 8 yards actually, but still gonna be short of the first down. 4th and 7. And I believe the punt unit will trot on the field. Yes, they will. And unless that's always an option, you know, with Green Brown being your punter, got the Comets to pull out a fake.
Yeah, I mean, again, proving the versatility that he has.
Yeah, would be a risky call for the Comets, but it's a big game.
Yeah.
And I think they're just going to be safe and boot it away. Remy receives it near the 20, nearing the sideline, pushed out of bounds by Preston Estehuesta at the 30.
Yeah, I like how in this game the Comets and the Firebirds as well are kind of being a little bit more conservative. I mean, it's keeping the score to, 0-0, and both teams are very tight. But I'd like to see them, expand their playbook a little bit, run some different things, work on passing, especially for Lakota West.
Yeah, Lakota West really hasn't been able to get that passing game going. Had a few missed opportunities, big play. It's going to be a Wildcat snap to the sophomore Johnson, and wrapped up by the Comets defense, Kai Woolfolk, senior captain, leading the charge there.
Yeah, Kai Woolfolk, he's an Army commit. Very, very strong linebacker for the Comets.
Yeah, and we read off a lot of Lakota West names that have been offered by Army as well, so both these teams could have some teammates playing on Saturdays.
Yeah.
For West Point. 2nd and 9 now. A quick curl pass to Brendan Remy, and Brendan Remy tiptoes the sideline, stays in bounds, and picks up 17 yards on the quick hitch route.
Yeah, Remy doing what Lakota West does best.
Yeah, these quick little routes to Remy and just letting him work in open space have proven successful. They're going to keep continuing to feed him the ball. Gonzalez Jr. is the backer to the left of Wiles. And flags thrown, false start on Lakota West. And Gonzalez Jr. just motioned for his team, just settle down. This is their senior night. It's a lot of a very exciting atmosphere, a lot of hype around this game, and
yeah, every little yard counts. Neither team can afford to, take these small penalties, because in the end they'll end up costing a lot.
Yeah, only 160 yards of total offense by both these teams in the first half, so even those 5-yard penalties make a big difference, yeah. And both teams played very disciplined in the first half, only had 1 penalty each.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, as well as these teams are, I was expecting, both teams to be a little bit more physical in that respect.
Yeah. Even if like you mentioned earlier, one of your keys to the second half was this Comets offense, and that Comets line play a little bit more physical. And I don't think Coach Castro would be too mad if the boys even got a penalty for getting a little too physical. It's what he likes from his team. He likes having some physical teams. Kind of want to assert their dominance over the Firebirds. And
Yeah, if any football team plays too conservative, then that's going to end up not in their favor. You got to have a little bit of an edge to you, but still being respectful to the game. Especially with it being high school, there's more restrictions on what the players can do than in college or in the NFL.
1st and 15 now for the Firebirds. That false start set them back 5 yards, and Lakota West called their first time out of the half, so could be a big factor early on. And that one going to be picked off. Javion Hendricks.
Yeah, Hendricks, amazing. I mean, first pick of the night here. I mean, that was a key play that this Comets team needed.
And Giovanni Wilson is frustrated on the sideline, and he actually beat his corner there, and that ball was just severely underthrown by Wiles, and Hendricks was able to jump the route, and man, a lot of frustration on that Lakota West sideline right now.
Yeah, understandably so. I mean, this play could be the key play for the night. I mean, not to jumpstart too much, but I mean, it could cost the game for.
Yeah, Comets riding some momentum now. I've got to capitalize here. 1st and 10 for the Comets, starting off a nice field position at their own 37. Dunn in motion, fake toss to him. Brown looking down the field, airs it out to Colin Billhorn, and he pulls it in. Caught at the 20.
Colin Billhorn, that is the catch that we needed.
And I tell you what, that is what the Comets missed in the middle of the season when Quinn Brown was out. They didn't have that big play threat ability. And Colin Billhorn shows off his speed.
Yeah,
Quinn Brown drops one in the breadbasket for a big pickup. They're in the red zone, Alyssa.
Yeah, that's the play that we needed. Now we just need to go an extra step and capitalize on that. We need to ride that momentum and get into the end zone there.
This one, a read option. Brown will take it himself. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Comets in the red zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show how strong this Lakota West defense is also playing. I'm excited to see what is drawn up here, and I hope that we can, not make any silly mistakes.
2nd and 10 now for the Comets. Compressed formation. This one going to be a toss to Adesanya, charging forward. And he picks up 7 yards on the carry. So Mason now has it inside of the Lakota West 10. 3rd down.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest 3rd down of the game, at least for Mason here. 3rd and 3. I feel like we need to maybe hand it off to Adesanya again. I mean, he's been a crucial player for this team this season.
Yeah, Comets bringing in the jumbo package. This one going to be a play-action pass. The toss to Vaughn Johnson, and he connects the first touchdown of the game. Vaughn Johnson, his first game at tight end, with a 9-yard touchdown reception from Quinn Brown.
What a change. What a change. Mason up in the second half. I mean, I don't know if anybody really expected that, to be honest. Mason's the first team to score tonight.
Yeah, with as electric as this Lakota West offense has been, a lot of people, expected Lakota West to be the first ones on the scoreboard, let alone not expecting the first touchdown to be scored in the second half. And Max Gogol, the sophomore, knocks the extra point through. 7-0 lead for the Comets, Alyssa. Things are starting to heat up here in Lakota West.
Yes, they are, for sure. I mean, now we just got to, again, like I've been saying, keep riding this momentum here. We need to convert and just keep this going. Hopefully Lakota West isn't getting tired yet. I mean, there's still 4:36 left in the quarter, and then we got the whole fourth quarter after this, so there is plenty of time for the tides to change here. But it's good that it's also going in Mason's favor right now.
Yeah, and Lakota West, they just need to stay disciplined. And our press box is a nice angle right on that Lakota West sideline, and things starting to get a little chirpy on the sideline between their own players even. So got to stay disciplined, and
Yep.
Comets are going to look to try to take advantage of that miscommunication from Lakota West.
Yeah, they can't get lost here. The mentality is everything.
Gogol boots it away, received at the 5 by Remy. Comets hold him to a 26-yard gain, and may seem like a lot, but for Brennan Remy, I think you're going to take that every time. He's an explosive returner.
Yeah, one of the key targets for sure in this game. Let's see what this Lakota West offense can do here. Put the fire that they have and make it fuel.
Wilson in motion. Wiles rolling to his left. Coach Bolden still has faith in him. That one blocked at the line of scrimmage. Chris Ajibawa, the senior defensive lineman, we haven't seen him a lot all game, but makes a big stop there.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Or a big play there.
Good read, able to block that and make them still stay at this line of scrimmage and make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Wiles looks a little bit rattled right now. 2nd and 10, drops back. And a quick pass to Trey Barnett, blown up by Preston Estoesta. Only a 3-yard pickup there.
Yeah, Estoesta has been vital as well to this Comets defense. He's not afraid to get up there, and he is probably one of the more physical players.
Yeah, not afraid to take a big hit
Yeah.
or make a big hit. 5 receiver set, excuse me, now for the Lakota West. Empty backfield. It's Wiles dropping back. Looking towards the middle of the field, feeling some pressure. A flag thrown, going to be a hold. And that one picked off by Charlie Raymond.
Charlie Raymond. Another pick tonight for this Mason defense. This is crazy. Let's see what the ref says about the penalty here.
Yeah, and that one's going to be a hold on Lakota West. Ref motion. Of course, Coach Castro going to decline that one. And Lakota West fans right now are stunned.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum, the tides are changing here, going the way for the Comets. We got 3:36 left in the third quarter, and I feel like Mason can keep this going here.
Yeah, Wiles took a big hit on that throw. Part of the reason that was a little bit off balance, had a lot of time. We apologize, we didn't have the best angle of that interception there as I'm watching the replay, but ball was a little bit overthrown and Charlie Raymond extended to grab it. So 3:36 left in the third. Tammy Adesanya stuffed immediately. Lakota West making their presence felt on that defensive line. Drew Minnick coming off the outside as well to make a stop there.
Yeah, way to do it there for the Lakota West defense. I mean, obviously their goal here is to try to keep pushing the Comets back as far as possible and, wasting time on the clock here.
Yeah, first half, we talked about how time of possession was going to be such a key factor. And Comets had 12 minutes and 25 seconds of possession, and compared to Lakota West is only 5 minutes and 30 seconds of possession. And that one, another handoff to Adesanya up the middle, stuffed again. So 3rd and long. Drew Minnick making the stop yet again.
Yeah, Drew Minnick has had a lot of good stops here for Lakota West. he could, be the one to change things in this game. But Lakota West needs to work on getting the momentum on their side.
And touch on this after the play. Quinn Brown dropping back. Has some time, rolling to his right. Unable to connect with Billhorn. Force 4th down. And Alyssa, I see the freshman quarterback, Jackson Smith, warming up on the sideline. We'll see if that turns into anything, but we could see the young buck making his first appearance today.
Yeah, that could be interesting here for Lakota West. I mean, obviously they're going to be upset with the way things are going for them right now. So a quarterback change could be the deal breaker.
Quinn Brown looked to boot it away. Gets all of that one. Returned by Rennie. Fields it at the 30. And taken down after about 10 yards on the pickup. They'll start with pretty nice field position at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, great field position for them. They need to, start to get the passing game going here, like we've said. I mean, you can't keep running the ball every time, because then the Mason defense is going to catch on to that and, start to make those big plays.
It's actually going to be Nolan Parker at the quarterback position for Lakota West. He connects with Remy for a 10-yard pickup on first down. So the senior, we haven't seen much of him this year. Jackson Smith started the first 2 games, and then Wiles has taken it from there. But I guess Coach Bolin on senior night wanted to put the ball in the hands of his senior quarterback.
Yeah, understandably so.
First down, Firebird.
Proved successful on the first play as to pick up a first down.
Yeah. Let's see what he can do here.
Braden Johnson will be the back for Lakota West, as they'll hand it off to him up the middle. Charges forward for a 3-yard pickup. And Johnson, definitely more of the elusive and speed back for this Lakota West team. 6 foot, 164, and compared to Gonzalez, has about 40 pounds on him. He's 204. So Gonzalez serves more as the power back. 2nd and 7 as Parker drops back, rolling to the left. Feeling some pressure for Kai Woolfolk. A big hit. And incomplete pass. That ball had a lot of hang time.
Yeah, that was
Lucky there was no interception there.
Oh yeah, that would have been crazy if that would have happened. Great job there. Interfering with that throw, making the play the way it went.
Not pass interfering, just interfering.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a hard time. 3rd and 7 now. Parker drops back deep and throws that one behind.
Flag going to be thrown.
Behind Remy, and a late flag is thrown. Not sure who this is on. This could go either way. Ref's talking with Malachi Reed, but based off his body language, this one might be on him.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Lakota West,
Oh, but I think Firebird just threw his hands up. So there was 2
Offsetting penalty.
offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct calls. One on Malachi Reed. I'm not sure if the Firebird one was on. Comets catch a lucky break there. That could have been a costly 15 yards. And again, Lakota West is going to have to punt inside of Mason territory. That's the 2nd time they've done that today.
Yeah. That'll be good for Mason here. Get that field position that they're gonna need.
It's been a fast 3rd quarter, a minute left. That one booted away, high punt. And touchdown at the 5-yard line. So Joe Marquardt, the senior punter, pins the Comets. at the 5-yard line. Beautiful, beautiful punt there, and a nice effort on special teams to track it down.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not the field position that the Comets would want, but I mean, the way things are going now.
Yeah, they're going to take the ball wherever they can get it.
Yeah. The momentum is in their favor.
.52 seconds left in this third quarter. Score remains 7-0. And Chase Blevins, the running back, Comets bring in Von Johnson and McMains as 2 tight end set. And Blevins is going to try to run right behind them. Not going to pick up much, maybe a yard.
Yeah, the Comets need to get something going here in these last 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, they're going to take their time.
Yeah, try to
Most
run
likely
that
be the
clock
last
out.
play of the quarter.
Second down and 9.
Bill Horn in motion. Comets, or Lakota West showing zone again. And extracurriculars on this left side between Bill Horn and Miles. No flags thrown. Something to keep an eye on as we head into the final quarter. The Mason Comets have the lead over the Lakota West Firebirds 7-0. And a little bit of a shocker for this Cincinnati GMC football matchup. Lakota West, they've been a powerhouse not only in the GMC but in all of Cincinnati these past 2 years, and the Comets holding their weight against them right now.
Yeah, surprising results for sure, but I like how this is going.
We'd like to give a big shout out to Alyssa. Her first football broadcast, joining us for the second and third quarters. A very exciting third quarter. We got to call together. We'll be bringing you the rest of the action here on Mason Sports Radio. The Comets have the lead over the Firebirds, 7-0. Fourth quarter action here at Lakota West High School. Comets pinned inside their own red zone as Brown rolling towards the left side of the field, connects with Von Johnson. With that play blown up by the Firebirds, as they'll stop the Comets on third down. And Andrew Little joining me for this fourth quarter. And Andrew, you've been watching these first 3 quarters. Just give us a quick analysis of what you've seen so far.
It's been a defensive battle outside of a couple plays. So Javion Hendricks got an interception in Mason territory, and then Quinn Brown found Colin Billhorn for almost a 60-yard gain, setting up a Von Johnson touchdown, his first of his career, I believe. So Comets, surprising, have the lead.
Brown punts it away, shallow punt, and Remy will be pushed out of bounds around at the Comets 30. So great field position for this Firebird offense to get something going. We'll see if Lakota West decides to stick with Nolan Parker at quarterback, or if they'll elect to go back to Wiles or try out the young buck freshman Jackson Smith.
Yeah, Lakota West offensively does not have any momentum right now. Comets secondary is taking advantage of some not spectacular throws. I wouldn't say they were horrible, but Lakota West puts the ball in harm's way. Comets take advantage and now have the lead on the scoreboard.
First down as Wiles in the game at quarterback. Throws a fade to no one, but there is a flag in the secondary.
Passes intended for number 4, Giovanni Wilson. Is incomplete. Flag on the play. Defensive holding against Mason.
And the call will be defensive holding against Mason. Apologize, our camera having some
Official timeout on the
some some issues right now. We're trying to get that resolved. I just so that penalty is 10 yards for the Firebirds. As they now have the ball in the Comets red zone, Andrew, just like that.
Yeah, great field positioning. You know, they punted it inside Mason territory, which is never ideal in punting about the 40-yard line, but they pinned the Comets back inside the 5, and then now they're reaping the benefits. Only having to go about 30 yards to the end zone. And they've already gotten 10 of those lined up at the 20.
Excuse me, misread that there. Ball's at 30. That's why they started at 30.
So Remy hobbling his way off the field.
It's a big loss for the Firebirds. He's been electric all game long, and not only have I been just unbelievably impressed with him on offense, but his presence on special teams has been a key factor for Lakota West. I mean, it's not every day that you see a returner just constantly bringing these kicks past the 30-yard line, and that really just helps Lakota West win the field position battle, and had a nice return there.
His return has set up an excellent opportunity for Wiles and the Firebirds.
West does have a very deep receiver room, though, so they're just going to reload here. High snap, handoff to Johnson on the outside, wrapped up by Kai Woolfolk and a few additional Comets.
Brandon Johnson with the ball carrier.
And right here on this drive, it's bend but don't break for the Comets. You were already in a compromising situation with Lakota West starting the ball around the 30-yard line. Now they're in the red zone here. Cannot give up the touchdown. Protect the end zone at all costs. You got to hold on to your lead. Still a lot of football left to be played. This Comets defense, they're built for that with their strong front seven.
2nd and 8 now for the Firebirds. This one, another handoff to Johnson. They run the exact same play. And we mentioned how the Comets' physicality needs to step up a little bit, and there. Huge stuff there by the Mason defensive line, led by Big John Hendricks.
Yeah, there's at least 5 Comets that got there. I saw Tyler Dalton coming in from the second level as well. Comets playing with some fire defensively. And when you have 2 turnovers in the second half against one of the top 2 teams in the GMC, I can't blame you for having some confidence. They need to channel that right here on the biggest third down of the game so far.
Yeah, and I've seen sophomore Alex Brown flying around the field too. He's stepping up today. 3rd and 10 for the Firebirds at the Comets 20. Drops back, Wiles connects with his target. Let's see if it's enough for the first down. It looks like they're going to mark him just short. It's Wilson, Giovanni Wilson with the catch. And I think we're going to see the Lakota West offense stay on the field here and just try to bring in some extra protection.
Yep, a couple blockers just ran on the field. Adding a 6th offensive lineman and another tight end here.
Handoff up the middle to Gonzalez. And this is going to be a very, very close call. Comets are signaling that they think they stopped them.
Gonzalez had a couple yards, or a yard initially, but then was pushed back by the Comets. They'll see if they give him forward progress.
And they stop him. The Comets asserting their dominance on the defensive line these last 2 plays. And a big stop as Mason will take possession with 9:40 left in the game. They're going to try to bleed out as much of that clock as possible, Andrew, and try to at least get an additional 3 points on the board.
Absolutely. Now you're in clock milking situation. Lakota West, their sideline deflated. They couldn't believe they didn't get it there. Now your offense has all the confidence, but they've struggled to run the ball against Lakota West.
Yeah, and after the Comets' performance last week against Sycamore, a lot of people were doubting them heading into this game, didn't think they had it in them to hang with one of the best in Cincinnati, but they are proving the doubters wrong today. This one, a handoff up the middle to Tammy Adesanya, and he picks up 4 yards on the rush.
And, a good first down run there, getting about 4 yards. And, again, the X factor for the rest of this game for the Comet offense is going to be running the ball, and they've just struggled. And you've got to give a lot of credit to big number 7, Elijah Davis, the Akron commit, plugging up holes in the interior defensive line.
They only had 10 yards of rushing in that first half.
And when you're holding on to a lead, have to be able to run the ball.
2nd and 6 now. Brown under center will hand it off to Adesanya again. Tries to bounce to the right. But a big pile of Firebirds will hold him to just a 1 yard pickup.
Again, Firebirds swarming in. Gabriel Flores is there to get the tackle. So third and 5 here. If you're the Comets, you'd like to run the ball, don't want to put the ball in harm's way in the air, but potentially a play action situation here.
Third and 5. Brown under center. West showing pressure. As Brown feeling some heat on the outside from Jacob Asbeck. And he corrals Brown for the sack.
Asbeck with a huge play there. And he picks up, believe it or not, his first sack of the year. So he was a sack artist last year. This year, he's taking a little bit of a secondary role in the pass rush, and there comes up with a huge play.
Drew Minnick was also showing pressure off the outside from the secondary. As Mason, again, going to have to be punted out of their own end zone. Remy back in the game.
He's got green grass.
Forced out of bounds by Ryan Davis at the 25, and a late hit going to be called, and I don't know about that one, Andrew.
Yeah, and there was definitely some contact around the sideline. Looked like a little bit more of a fall than we expected, but yeah, Comets, sometimes the momentum as a tackler just carries you through a ball carrier, and Lakota West is going to have about as good a field position,
if not better,
as you can
than their last drive.
Oh, it definitely better. Getting the ball at least at the 20-yard line, if not closer.
Yeah, and one thing we haven't been able to hit on throughout this game, looking into the playoffs, it's week 9 right now. Comets currently seated at 10 if things were to end today. 16 teams from Cincinnati from the Southwest region will make the playoffs, and they would face Elder if they were playing in the playoffs right now. And Lakota West currently seated at number 5, and they would be slated to face Middletown. And really, the Comets, if they want to host a home playoff game, they need to win out and beat both Lakotas. So they've got a lot of pressure, a lot on the line in this huge GMC matchup. Empty backfield for Wiles as they start off in the red zone. This one going to be a screen pass to Miles. And Wilson picks up 8 yards on the screen pass.
Lakota West now going to be close to the first down marker and inside the 10-yard line. And Comet defense now almost in a goal line situation. So Lakota West knocks on the door of the end zone. Right there, great usage of motion, getting Wilson a little bit of a head start before throwing him the ball. Kind of that Tyreek Hill jet that's been popularized by Miami recently.
2nd and 3. Empty backfield again for the Firebirds. 4 receivers in the game. Wiles looking towards the right side of the field and tries to find his tight end, and he does. Luca Gilbert, the 6'7" beast,
And
offered
that's
by multiple big-time Big Ten schools, pulls in the touchdown there, and the Lakota West Night Show signals on.
And that's the benefit of having a big 6'7", 220-pound tight end like Luca Gilbert gives you. That one, tough place at the back of the end zone, but Gilbert uses his long frame, brings in the touchdown, and ties things up.
Yeah, and it
getting the
looked like at
extra
first
point.
Gilbert bobbled a little bit, but he was able to retain possession. And a scare for the Firebirds there as they barely knock through the extra point. So the game is tied at 7. I don't know if you guys can hear it through our mics, but a roar of oohs after that extra point attempt. So the game now tied at 7. Barely sneaks it through that right upright. But Andrew, 6:28 left in this huge matchup, so still a lot of time for the Comets.
Taking off will be number 19, Braden Benner.
And Braden Benner.
Four names in number 10, Chase Clemens and number 20.
Booted away for the Firebirds after barely hitting that extra point attempt.
Big sigh of relief from him and the entire Firebird sideline.
And that one going to be a touchback. Redeems himself there. His Comets will start at the 20. Quinn Brown and his offense haven't been able to get anything going these past 2 drives. Looking to change that here.
Yeah, really all of the Comets have had offensively is their big play with Colin Brown's 60-yard throw to Colin Billhorn, which set up that touchdown to Vaughn Johnson. That's been about it. Concept struggled to move the ball downfield. But 6.5 minutes is more than enough time to get a good drive going. And the Comets do have experience with game-winning drives this year. Led a final 2-minute touchdown drive against Middletown on homecoming to win.
Blevins is the back as Brown rolling to his right. That ball a little low, unable to connect with Dunn, but he had 2 open receivers on the right side of the field.
And that play going to stick with Quinn Brown as he can't connect with the receivers, had a couple guys open.
So even Billhorn was running a fade on that right side. Would have been a risky ball.
Went with his first read, and you don't want to risk a turnover here, especially within your own 20-yard line. But setting up a difficult 2nd and 10, and certainly makes this a little bit harder.
2nd and 10 now. It's Brown. Quick handoff to Blevins, stopped immediately, and they have not been able to get the rush game going here in the second half.
Not at all. The early down rushing game has been virtually non-existent for the Comets. Running up the middle, they've had no success.
Sweet. Passed by the 6-minute mark. 5:45 left in the game. Big 3rd down for the Comets here, as Coach Kastner going to chase down the official and call his first timeout of the second half. So both coaches, Kastner and Bolden, have 2 timeouts left in their pocket.
And definitely risky to use a timeout here with about over 5 minutes left in the game. Potentially could get the ball back later on in this game and might need a timeout, but want to make sure this play is the best one you can have. Get a look at Lakota's formation there. Get to make some adjustments. Critical play, because if they punt right here, Lakota West is going to be getting the ball around the 40, 50-yard line, which would be great field position with about 5 minutes left, and the Comets will be running the risk of not getting another chance with the ball. So we'll see if they dial up here. most likely going to have to be a pass. Keep an eye on Vaughn Johnson. See whether he stays back to block, to pass protect.
And Jaden Brogdon, the sophomore, in the game for the Comets as well. Eight yards to go. Dunn in motion. Brown rolling towards his right. Can't find a receiver he likes. And that one intercepted. We'll see if they mark him in bounds. Mason saying he was out. And a big turnover there by the Firebirds.
And that play, if you're Quinn Brown, you got to shake that off. It's essentially a shallow punt, but still, Lakota West has great field position now, and that turnover adds a little bit of momentum. They're going to get the ball right at the Mason 40-yard line. And a field goal would give you the lead, so don't even need a touchdown.
Wiles drops back, feeling some heat. Malachi Reed. Comets want to hold, but they're not going to get it. And that ball thrown out of bounds over the head of Trey Barnett.
Right there, Wiles just looking to get the ball out safely. Make sure to get out of the pocket before throwing it away. Now, resets things here for 2nd and 10. 2 timeouts, no rush for time. I think the Firebirds take it to the ground on this play.
Wiles drops back again. Quick hitch pass to Brennan Remy. Extends. Trying to get the first down, but looks like he's going to be marked a yard short. Only picks up 8 or 9 on the pass.
Instead of keeping things on the ground right there, Lakota West goes with the RPO. Quick pass and connects, and now sets up 3rd and short. You're in 4-down territory. Great spot for the Firebirds. Can even take a shot at the end zone on this play if they want to get risky.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep feeding those RPOs to Brennan Remy. 4 receivers in the game now. Lakota West with the hard count, trying to catch Mason off guard. And same exact play to Brennan Remy. Let's see if he holds on to the football, and he does.
Tremendous catch from Remy. And again, he's been the star of this game, and I can't imagine how different things would have been if that very first offensive play for Lakota West, when Brennan Remy took it to the house for about a 70-yard touchdown, wasn't called back because of the ineligible man downfield. That totally changed the game. Led to a scoreless first half, and now with about 5 minutes left, still just 1 touchdown for each team. So Remy moving the chains for the Firebirds. Lakota in a good spot, but a lot of what-ifs to look back on after this one for him.
Trips to the right for the Firebirds. Empty backfield. Feeling some heat. Kai Woolfolk is unable to wrap him up, but John Hendricks trying to find, picks up the first down on the rush, but there's a flag thrown. So Sam Wiles takes it to the house, but there's multiple flags thrown on the rush, and that one's going back, Andrew.
And Wiles nearly makes the play of the season for Lakota West here in Week 9. Shaking off Woolfolk, getting past Hendricks, and darting for the end zone, but going to be called back still. Great effort, great play from Wiles. Can use that as some momentum. He would have got the first down regardless of that block.
Yeah, and the only thing that's going to help Lakota West, well, I don't know if helps the right word, but I think that flag was thrown after he had crossed the plane, after he picked up about 8 yards already. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 12. So
yeah, not going to push you back too
push
far.
You back, but still, it's going to be.
They're actually going to pick up 2 yards here. It'll be 1st and 8.
But still going to be a dagger. You weren't able to get that rushing touchdown.
That flag was thrown at the 18-yard line.
1st and 8 from the 27-yard line of the Comets. Firebirds have possession with 4.5 minutes left in the game. Brennan Remy on an island on that left side of the field, but they're going to elect through a quick route to Trey Barnett.
Preston Estoesta gets there quickly for the stop, but Barnett pushes forward for about a yard or two. And when you're here in field goal range, 4 minutes left in the game, tie ball game, every yard matters with potential field goal. Barnett pushes forward for a couple there.
2nd and 4 now after the 3-yard gain from Barnett. Trips on the left. And Gonzalez is the back. As Wiles going to take it himself on the QB draw. Makes one Comet miss and picks up 15 yards on the rush for the Lakota West first down.
And Wiles gets back to his rushing habits. Had that touchdown called back for the penalty right there. Makes no doubt about it. Picks up the first down. Shakes past some Comet defenders now.
Clock continuing to wind down, nearing 3.5 minutes now. Ball off Comet's 10. This one into the corner of the end zone to Brendan Remy, and he turned the wrong way. Unable to pull in the back shoulder fade.
Wiles and Remy have had such a great connection so far tonight, but right there, a miscommunication as Remy turns the wrong shoulder on the fade. That's going to be one they watch back in the film room, and they're smacking their heads. Could have been the go-ahead touchdown, but still 3 more downs to pick up the first down or get the end zone.
And ball's at the 11, so still get a new set of downs. Empty backfield for Wiles. Man in motion. It's Wilson, and they'll throw a quick screen pass to him. Makes Esta-West a miss, and picks up 5 yards. She might give him 6 yards there. Esta-West had him at the line of scrimmage, but showing off his agility there.
Yeah, Wilson just too shifty, makes Esta-West a miss, and sets up a manageable 3rd and medium.
Clock continuing to wind down, under 3 minutes now.
And Adam, Lakota West could have an interesting decision coming up here if they only get 3-4 yards and setting up a 4th and short. Or do you go for it? Do you take the points?
3rd down and 5. Wiles takes the snap, quarterback draw up the middle, and stopped after a 2-yard pickup.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Coach Bolden's got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think if you're Lakota West, you take the points here, especially Mason's offense, despite that big play to Billhorn, it hasn't really been able to get a lot going. So if I'm Coach Bolden, I'm taking the 3 points, but we'll see what he elects to do here.
Yeah, there's something to be said about a dagger, that a touchdown would be, kind of make things very difficult for Mason to come back. If you kick a field goal, you are vulnerable to the touchdown comeback victory, but Mason's offense hasn't shown you a ton outside of that one big play. I think you got to keep it in the hand, or not in the hands, in the foot of your kicker, and try to get the points.
Braden Benner knocks that one through. So the 20-yard field goal is good for the senior kicker, as Lakota West takes their first lead of the night with under 2 minutes left in the game. Again, the Lakota West light show puts on a display for us, and that's one of the things whenever we come to Lakota West standard. It's always, as a Comet fan, I never like seeing Lakota West score, but it is fun to see the lights go on and off, and kind of feels like you're at a college stadium.
A cool production here at the Firebird Stadium.
.146 left in the game. Ball is going to be in the Comets' offense's hands. Will they be able to secure a thrilling victory over the Firebirds, or will Lakota West be able to survive on senior night? Benner kicks it off. That one going to be a touchback. So the Comets, 80 yards to work with. We'll see if Quinn Brown and his squad are able to charge down the field, Andrew.
And Quinn Brown has some confidence after that big throw to Billhorn. He's made a couple of nice plays in the read option game, but largely Comets offense hasn't been very explosive. It's really been the early downs where they've had issues. And you're going to have to get out to a hot start. You have 2 timeouts, and we talked about it earlier when Coach Kastner took the timeout. About 5 minutes left before that 3rd down. Could come back to bite him, and now that's about 40 seconds off the clock.
4 receivers set now for the Comets. Brown in the shotgun. Fake handoff to Adesanya. Incomplete on the slant route to Greer. Coach Kastner wanted some interference there on Lakota West defense, but he's not going to get it.
Drew Minnick with sticky coverage there, and if it wasn't for Minnick's tight defense, that would have been probably a 1st down pickup for the Comets.
Clock will stop at 1:42. 2nd and 10 for the Comets. 2 receivers on each side. Lakota West bringing pressure off the outside. Brown rolling to his right and throws it out of bounds. And just like that, it's 3rd down and 10, Andrew.
And right there, Lakota West does a good job keeping pressure on Quinn Brown, not letting him get a clean read, and just forced to throw the ball out of bounds, because otherwise would have been putting the ball in harm's way with the risk of an interception. And that gives you now 2 more downs, 80 yards to go, down 3. It's a difficult spot for Mason.
I know we say this on almost every broadcast, but the biggest 3rd down of the game. Brown takes the snap. Looking towards the left side of the field and connects with Chase Blevins. How about the footwork and the balance there by Chase Blevins?
And Quinn Brown off his back foot makes the throw, and then Chase Blevins tiptoes the sideline, gets down. I think that would have been an NFL catch. I think he had 2 feet down. Makes sure to secure the ball, and now Comets keeping it alive. 1.5 minutes to go, and they maintain both their timeouts as he was able to get out of bounds on that play.
1:29 left on the clock. Trips to the right for Mason. Adesanya is the back to help with protection. Brown almost intercepted.
I believe that was Minnick that jumped
Yes,
the
Drew
route,
Minnick.
and just a little bit too early on it. Can't bring it in. Comets catch a break. Quinn Brown is going to take that one.
Yeah, Brown just got to keep his composure there. Shake that throw off. It's a great thing about football, Andrew, is a new play doesn't mean anything. 2nd and 10 now. Brown rolling towards his right and connects with, Blevins bobbles it and can't pull it in. Would have been about a 5-yard, maybe even 7-yard pickup for Blevins.
Cam Thomas there in coverage. And Blevins has a tight window to bring down that catch, can't hold on. So once again, Comets have a 3rd and 10 now, a little bit different, not as backed up as you were before, but just as high of stakes. And you're going against the Lakota West secondary with 3 potential D1 players. It's not going to make it easy.
3rd down. Brown takes the shotgun snap, feeling some pressure. Screen pass to Adesanya, blown up.
Would have been better off throwing that one away as Adesanya loses a yard. Clock keeps rolling.
Yeah, and Cam Davis was all over Brown on that one, obstructing his view. Coach Kastner is going to call a timeout. Try to get the perfect play. 57 seconds left in this game, Andrew. If you're the Comets, what are you drawing up here?
Well, I'm taking, for the most part, intermediate routes here right around that 1st down marker. Braden Greer has been having some tough one-on-one matchups on the perimeter. Maybe try to get him across the middle of the field. Utilize your tight end, whether that's Liam McMains, Cale Jordan, or Vaughn Johnson, whoever you put out there. And then Brandon Dunn, I like how they've used him in motion so far, as well as Colin Brown. Get one or two of those guys a bit of a running start, get him out in space, and try to make something happen. But you cannot throw it short of the sticks here. Going to have to be at least 10 air yards.
4th and 11 for the Mason as Lakota West breaks the huddle and their stifling defense trots onto the field. Fans from both sides are on their feet. Cowbells are rattling. The referees waiting for, I believe, the play clock to start. Just continuing to build up the anticipation here. Looks like the clock's wrong, so they gotta have one-on-one on the clock. There we go, they fixed it. 4th and 11. Quinn Brown dropping back, has some time, escapes pressure. And Chase Blevins unable to bring it in.
Not likely going to do it, as Lakota West now can come out in the victory formation. And neither of these coaches, I think, believe in moral victories. But the Comets, there's a lot to walk away from happy here, or with your head held high, coming into Lakota West in a playoff atmosphere in Week 9 and holding strong with one of the top teams in Southwest Ohio. You know, it's always tough to lose a close game like this, but a lot to hold on to, a few things to improve as they build towards next week against Lakota East and then the playoffs. Defense played tough, had a couple of key turnovers. Quinn Brown made his best throw of the season, but not enough to get the win over the rival Firebirds.
Yeah, the Comets most likely needed a win here to get home field advantage in the playoffs, but the win next week against Lakota East, still likely to make playoffs. You know, with the expansion, 16 teams from Southwest Ohio region will make it. But interesting to see how this playoff picture ends up shaking out, Andrew.
Yeah, and Comets likely going to finish around that 9 or 10 spot. Lakota West, this really is key for them, going to hold them in their spot, maybe move up to about the 4th seed. They'll host one game. They're fighting for the 4th seed. If you win the 4th seed, you can host potentially 2 playoff games. So that'd be huge for Lakota West.
And Sam Wiles will knee down the final play of the game as Lakota West secures the victory on their senior night. It was a defensive battle here at Lakota West High School, and the Comets held this electric Firebird offense scoreless in the first half.
Yeah, they were able to slow down Lakota West Firebirds that have been playing so well offensively, scored 30 straight and 5 straight, or 30 points in 5 straight, including a 50-point game against Oak Hills 2 weeks ago. So Comets defense did a great job there, but couldn't get it done at the very end.
Like you mentioned, a lot to take out of this game for both teams as Comets have their final game of the regular season next week at Dwyer Field as they will take on the Lakota East Thunderhawks on senior night, taking on John Kitna and his squad. But from Lakota West, the Lakota West Firebirds take down the Comets 10-7 in a thriller. A big thank you to our crew working tonight's game. Braden Johansson working camera, Alyssa Feinblatt and Andrew Little both doing some announcing duties and directing. Big shout out to Alyssa Feinblatt, her first game behind the mic on the football game here. She did a great job. The final score, Lakota West Firebirds take